2020 is coming to an end, and there were some good moments, some bad moments in this year. But if we're talking about as a year in general, it was probably a bad year for you, and it's for most people who that would say. But for Fortnite, was this year a good year or a bad year? Now, we're going to be talking about that going all the way back to January 2020 to here, present day, December 2020. Now, you may notice that there is some Geometry Dash gameplay, and it's because I think I got Carp internal for this specific level I try to beat but never end up beating. And I'll just show you how ridiculous it is. Now, the reason I show that is because that is the reason why I can't get gameplay for Fortnite today. So I'm gonna use some old gameplay, if I can find some, for this video. 2020 is finally ending. We are December, so that means that Christmas is coming soon, or Hanukkah, or whatever holiday you celebrate. Just in general, it's supposed to be the happy time. Now, I guess this is a setup reveal, since I'm basically just showing it already. So yeah, this is how it looks like. You're wondering, want to see my Christmas tree? It look nice, doesn't it? I need to put more ornaments though. Look at him just vibing over there. And I know you want this. I know you want that. Alright, back to the video. Alright, I was going off track too much. But for real though, let's get to the actual video. First, let's split down what happened for Fortnite that was a negative this year, and then we will go through all what happened that were positives this year. Let's first start with the negatives. Now, there are some negative effects that I will list right now, and one of them is some of the items they add. Now, for pubs, it doesn't really matter if it's broken or not, because in pubs, it's really just pubs. It's supposed to kind of like, it's, I guess, noob friendly or just friendly environment where nothing's supposed to be super balanced in it. But if we're talking about competitive, then yes, there were a bunch of unhealthy items. Like you got crash pads. You had no idea when it was coming at you. It was so random, and especially with the spaz where you combine it with one pump, that was just too broken. And then you have mythic scar, mythic drum, mythic minigun, mythic grappler. Some of these things were like not fun to go up against if you're like a competitive player. Again, for pubs, this wasn't really an issue because like it's supposed to be like kind of noob friendly. Now this negative is if you're biased or not, but I know it's biased for some people. But anyways, this is a negative where we have collaboration seasons, aka season 4. Now a bunch of people, when they saw this, they didn't know what Marvel was. They were like, what's this? Like, what are they playing? Are they playing freaking Avengers 2, the game? And like, it didn't feel like Fortnite for people, and they didn't like the environment and all. Maybe the gameplay was alright, maybe the mythics were annoying, but the way they balance out some items. Let's say in season 3, when attack got a huge nerf, nerfing his body damage and nerfing his headshot damage, and adding the charge shotgun. A lot of people did not like this shotgun. They didn't want to adapt to it. It felt like a weirder version of a pump. It was so slow. It slows down your movement, and like just people didn't want to use this gun. It's garbage, and I still think it's somewhat alright now since it's recent buff, but just anyways, like it's just the way they like handle the guns. But like they've altered the pump like 2 times already this year, just this year alone. Now this one is extremely controversial. We're going to talk about a certain meta that ruled from the beginning of this chapter all the way to season 3 when it got its nerf. Now we're talking about aim assist. Now I am a controller player myself, but I play on console, so the aim assist is much weaker on console. But from PC, it was a whole different story. Now I'm going to be defending the people who think that it is OP, because yes, I thought it was too OP. Maybe even sometimes I thought even console aim assist was a little bit OP, but I didn't think it needs a nerf. But it still ended up getting a nerf, which I thought was pretty unfair. But anyways, for PC, it was pretty broken. Like just someone mindlessly going at you with their SMG, and then you're just dead like under 2 seconds. And this wasn't a fun experience, even for pubs. You know, pubs is supposed to be like a fun place where you could just chill and casual, but you can't be chill and casual when you have somebody using a legal version of aimbot. It's very frustrating for players who play competitively at this game. You thought I was gonna go through the positives. No, I'm going to sleep. Alright, I'll see you guys in a few hours, actually. Cause yeah, I'm really tired. I don't want to do this. Like, what time is it right now? Like 2:40, almost 3 a.m. So yeah, I'm going to bed. See you guys next morning or afternoon for the positives.
It's almost down.
The following day.
Okay, so it's actually a good thing that I didn't do the positives at the same day, because I just found another negative that just happened. Last minute negative, which is there was a tournament announced. It's like a Winter Royale type one, but I don't think it's the real Winter Royale. It's a trios, and people in the competitive are complaining about the prize pool. Now, I also kind of want to mention this as well. Like, this is not the only time that they said it was a bad prize pool. They had other bad prize pools as well, at least to them, because like it all really depends. You know, if you think it's a lot of money, if you think it's not, you know, but you know, they're competitive players. I guess, like, you know, the amount of money that they had to try for wasn't worth it enough. So yeah, that's basically another negative. Just maybe prize pools for them. Now here we go to the positives. Now I think there's more positives than negatives to talk about. So here we go. First one positive is the events. I think we had some of the best events that we've ever had. The Travis Scott event, the Galactus event, even though maybe that season wasn't your favorite because of the collaboration and stuff, you can't just lie. Like, that Galactus event was so good. I don't know if it was better than Travis Scott. I'm still debating about that, but I'm just saying that these events that we had were really cool. What's also very nice about this year is the skins we got. I'm going to show you some examples of my personal favorites. We had Victoria Saint, very nice Halloween skin. Then we had Athleisure Assassin, so much styles. Then we had Kratos, like another, like, you know, a collaboration, but like it's like more of an item shop. It's not like the whole thing. This is like more what I want to see. Like, not a collaboration dedicated to a whole season, but just like maybe an item shop and or item and something like that. Like right now, how we have a Mandalorian skin and items, but it's not all about Star Wars, you know? That's some stuff that I want to see, that, like, you know, that are not oversaturated over the top. You know, some of these skins we have are very nice. One positive is the communication we're getting from Epic recently. Now, I'm going to show you a picture over on Twitter about, like, just an example of like how they're like interacting with the community more. Like, they'd be putting out polls and then sometimes even replying. They'd be addressing, like, I don't know, maybe issues or just things about the state of the game. And like, it's a very nice. We'd love to see that kind of, you know, bond that we have with Epic and us, you know. Icon series, locker bundles. Personally, I think this is a very nice addition. Even the Nikkei 30 Cup, where like they're bringing creators, streamers, like influencers to the game. It's just very nice addition. The sand. Yeah, that's it. Literally the sand. The sand is so fun. Like, I was so depressed when they had to take it out to fix it. But it's back now, and it's going to be so much fun again. Just the sand in general is just fun. Sand. Some of these locations we're getting are really fun as well. Like, Salty Tilted, or I don't know. I think I butchered that name. I don't think that's what it's called, but yeah. These locations we're getting are like very fun. You know, I kind of had an issue with like Stark Industries. Like, that place was fun, but the only thing that kind of like, you know, killed the whole lobby was the fact that like Iron Man's Mythic is there, the vault is there, so everyone wants to land there. But by the time everybody's like done fighting, the whole lobby's just dead. But now we don't have like Mythic locations anymore besides Mandalorian. There are definitely some positives I missed out on, and then some negatives I missed out on. But overall, if we're going to take a look back at 2020, January 2020, all the way to December 2020, I think this year was pretty good. Now, if we're talking about the 4 years of Fortnite, there's 4 years of it. 2017, but that was only like for a few months. Then we have 2018, 2019, 2020. For me, it will have to go to 2018 being the best, 2019 being the second best, and then 2020 being like the third best. 2017 I wouldn't count since it was only a few months of it. Now, just because I put like 2020 like in the bottom, I don't think it was a bad year though. I think this year was pretty good for Fortnite. There was a bunch of good things that happened. Like, it was pretty nice. And if we're talking about my favorite season from this year, it has to go to Chapter 2 Season 2. Now, I know I said a lot of bad things like about the mythics, the crash pads, like just like the OP stuff in the game, but at least like they were pretty fun to use, but not fun to go up against. And the NPCs, like the henchmen, they were so new at the time. Like, I loved like fighting them, and like how it had a bunch of story going on. And then the device event, which was all right. I didn't really like the outcome of it because of the flood, which prevented me from getting level 300. I was like 4 levels off, but yeah. But anyways, yeah. But if we're talking about the worst season of this year, I think it has to go to Chapter 2 Season 3. Now, I thought the season was all right, not the best, pretty just decent, like just decent, not like anything good or bad. The reason I say that is because at the time I hated attack, I didn't want to use it, and it got nerfed there. But I love attack now. I love using it now, and the charge. It was so like clunky to use. I did appreciate though that the mythics were toned down a bit. Like, there was none of the mythics were like very OP except for the kit's launcher and then the charged shotgun. Like, those were kind of annoying to go up against, which like I kind of like didn't like that at the time. Where I thought that'd be the season where like they like stop on the mythics. They didn't stop on it. They're still doing it, but like they're definitely way toned down and more balanced to use. But yeah, that's the worst season in my opinion from 2020. Again, it's not a bad season because I said it's the worst. I just think it was like the worst out of the year in general. Overall, I think it was alright. And we only have a few weeks of this new year. The things that I expect is Winter Royale, Christmas update, and I really hope that those things could be very, very fun. Now, I believe that there's potential that this season could be one of the best out of all time. Probably the best out of the chapter. But for now, it's like it's really fun right now. I just hope they don't like mess it up, because they have a history of like messing it up. So yeah, overall, 2020 was a good year for Fortnite. If you're a competitive player, maybe it was an average, but I'm more on the casual side. I would sometimes play competitive if I like just like want to try the experience. Since I'm just more of a casual player, I just think that this year was pretty good. I love this year. I think it's pretty good. I think I will look back at this year and be like, man, I missed this season. It's gonna probably be due to nostalgia, but me like also like kind of like not appreciating it at the time more, like now I'm starting to miss like kind of the like OP mythics we have. Like, I don't want them to come back. I think they were like not good for pubs or competitive, but I just kind of like miss using them. Maybe add an LTM for them. I don't know, why not Epic? And that is the video. That is your answer. Was Fortnite a good year for 2020? I said that backwards. Was 2020 a good year for Fortnite? Hell yeah. Alright, now I'll see you guys later. I want to upload one more video before the new year ends, and yeah. And I'm also going to upload a montage of everything good, personally to me, from my gameplay that happened in 2020. It's probably might be an hour long to render, but yeah. See you guys later. Peace.